In 1914, ChenZhen, a Chinese martial artist studying at Kyoto University, is confronted in class by thugs from the ultranationalist Black Dragon clan who demand he leave because he is Chinese. His professor, classmates, and his girlfriend Mitsuko defend him, but the thugs turn violent. Chen quickly defeats them using Chin-Na techniques. Their teacher, Fumio Funakoshi, and also Mitsuko's uncle, arrives to stop the fight, and apologizes for his student's behavior. Impressed by Chen's skill, Funakoshi speaks with him, and during their talk, Chen learns that his master, Huo Yuanjia, has died after losing a match to a Japanese karateka named Akutagawa. Shocked and saddened, Chen decides to leave Kyoto and return to Shanghai. Mitsuko follows him, saying she'll wait for him. Chen promises to return after the Japanese military leaves Shanghai. He then says his goodbye and boards a ship. When he arrives in Shanghai, he tells a cart driver that he is going to Jingwu School. The driver tells him that the school has lost its reputation since Huo's death and that the Japanese plan to take it over. When Chen arrives at Jingwu School, he learns that Master Huo's son, Tingyin, is now the head of the school, and a Japanese master is there challenging Tingyin to a fight. Tingyin accepts and quickly defeats him, humiliating the master and his thugs as they leave in shame. Tingyin, his uncle No, and the rest of the family welcome Chen, who explains that he learned of Huo's death from a Japanese newspaper. He then pays his respects at Huo's grave and vows to take revenge, even though it's against the law. The next day, Chen visits the Japanese dojo, where Akutagawa's students have just finished training. Chen asks to see their master, but the students react with hostility because he is Chinese and attack him. Chen quickly defeats them using the techniques he learned from his late master. Akutagawa then shows up, and Chen challenges him to a fight, which Akutagawa accepts honorably. During the match, Chen defeats him easily and realizes Akutagawa wasn't strong enough to have beaten Master Huo, and this makes Chen suspect foul play in his master's death. Meanwhile, Japanese soldiers gather outside the dojo to welcome General Fujita and the Japanese ambassador, both newly assigned to Shanghai. That night, Chen has Master Huo's body exhumed for an autopsy, despite objections from Tingyin, No, and the other Jingwu members. The autopsy reveals that Huo was poisoned and weakened before his match with Akutagawa. The next morning at breakfast, Tingyin, No, and the others begin to suspect the poisoner might be someone within the school, since Huo never ate or went out. No points to the cook, who prepared all the meals. Overhearing this, the cook becomes angry and lashes out. Chen arrives, calms everyone down and helps settle the tension so they can finish breakfast peacefully. Over the next few days, news of Chen's victory over Akutagawa spreads across Shanghai, and Chen becomes a local hero. The Jingwu students begin to see him as their new instructor, stirring jealousy in Tingyin. Even Uncle No is uneasy about Chen's rising influence. Despite the tension, Chen continues training the students, earning their respect and admiration. Feeling overshadowed and frustrated, Tingyin keeps quiet but begins spending time at a brothel, where he gets involved with a prostitute. Meanwhile, during a meeting, Akutagawa confronts General Fujita of the Imperial Japanese Army. He accuses Fujita of rigging his match with Master Huo and expresses his anger, calling it a dishonorable act. After a heated argument, General Fujita kills Akutagawa by breaking his back in front of the Japanese ambassador. That night, Chen tells Uncle No about the poison found in Master Huo's body, but No shows little interest. Instead, he expresses concern that the Jingwu students are starting to view Chen as their master instead of Tingyin. He reminds Chen that Tingyin is the school's rightful leader. The next morning, Chen goes out for a jog and is joined by several cartmen along the way. Meanwhile, Akutagawa's death is falsely blamed on Chen, and enraged by their master's death, Akutagawa's students attack Jingwu School, sparking a violent fight. A maid runs to the police station to alert the authorities, and the police eventually arrive to break up the brawl. When Chen returns from his morning jog, he is suddenly arrested and put on trial for Akutagawa's murder, unaware of what's happening. In court the next day, several bribed witnesses give false and conflicting statements against him. The court refuses to accept any defense from Chinese witnesses, calling them biased. However, Mitsuko appears and testifies that Chen is innocent, saying he spent the night with her. Since she is Japanese, the court accepts her statement and clears Chen of all charges. Although exonerated, Chen's relationship with Mitsuko damages his standing in the Chinese community, who view it as a betrayal. As a result, Tingyin, Uncle No, and the senior Jingwu members confront Chen and force him to choose between staying with Mitsuko or remaining at the school. Tingyin uses the moment to settle his grudge and challenges Chen to a fight, saying the winner will become the new master. At first, Chen holds back, dodging and letting Tingyin land hits, but when he sees the worry on Mitsuko's face, he decides to fight seriously. Chen quickly overwhelms Tingyin, delivering a harsh beating that stuns everyone. Despite winning, Chen chooses to leave Jingwu and walks away with Mitsuko. Humiliated, Tingyin steps down as master and leaves to be with his lover. Meanwhile, when Chen and Mitsuko try to rent a hotel room, they face hostility, Mitsuko for being Japanese, and Chen for being seen as a traitor. With nowhere else to stay, Chen and Mitsuko take shelter in an abandoned hut near Master Huo's grave. Meanwhile, two of Akutagawa's students arrive at Jingwu School with a message from General Fujita. He wants to fight the school's master. In a flashback, it's revealed that the cook had been bribed by the Japanese to poison Master Huo, and one of Akutagawa's students, Jam, was also part of the plot. While the cook shows regret for his actions, Jam strangles him with a rope and hangs him to keep him silent. The police arrive and take the cook's body away, and during their investigation, they find a container of throw-aside in the kitchen. This discovery confirms to the police captain and Uncle No that the cook was the one who poisoned Master Huo. When Tingyin's lover learns that his family is searching for him, she goes to Jingwu School and informs Uncle No of his location. She leads them to a spot where they find Tingyin caught in a street fight, and the Jingwu members step in and help him. Afterward, they discover Tingyin's relationship with the woman and initially scold him, but Uncle No ultimately accepts their relationship. Tingyin reflects on his mistakes, learns from the experience, and chooses to return to Jingwu. His lover is welcomed into the family, and Uncle No informs him about General Fujita's challenge to fight the school's master. At the same time, Funikoshi arrives from Japan, sent by General Fujita to eliminate Chen. He finds the abandoned hut where Chen and Mitsuko are staying, and ready for what's coming, Chen prepares for the fight. Funikoshi and Chen engage in a fierce, disciplined fight, matching each other with skill and precision. Despite Chen's strength and resolve, he is ultimately defeated. However, Funikoshi spares his life. He tells Chen that to become truly unbeatable, he must learn to adapt to his opponent's movements. Before leaving, Funikoshi warns him about General Fujita's brutal nature and ruthless tactics, then returns to Japan. Meanwhile, Fujita is seen training for the upcoming fight, taking heavy blows from his men without flinching, showing his inhuman endurance and strength. A few days later, Tingyin visits Chen at the hut and sincerely apologizes for his past actions. He tells Chen that the Jingwu school now accepts his relationship with Mitsuko. To help him prepare for the coming battle, Tingyin teaches Chen the Mizong Fist, a secret technique of their school. Earlier, Mitsuko had overheard their conversation, and believing that leaving is best for Chen's future, she quietly departs, leaving a note saying she will wait for him in Japan. The next day, Chen returns to Jingwu and joins Tingyin, and together, they head to confront General Fujita at his dojo. There, Fujita reveals that Jam, one of the Jingwu members, was a traitor involved in Master Huo's death, and without hesitation, Fujita shoots Jam. Tingyin steps forward to fight General Fujita, but Fujita's overwhelming strength proves too much, and Tingyin is badly injured in the battle. Chen then steps in and faces Fujita in a brutal fight, and both men trade fierce blows, neither willing to back down. Chen's speed and technique give him the upper hand for a while, but Fujita catches his arm and twists it, gaining the advantage. Despite the pain, Chen forces his arm straight and regains focus. He launches a powerful counterattack, landing a series of devastating strikes that finally defeat Fujita. Just as Chen and Tingyin are about to leave, an enraged Fujita charges at them with a katana. He swings at Chen, but Tingyin pushes him aside and is stabbed in the arm. Chen is forced to defend himself. He grabs his belt and uses it as a weapon in the fierce fight. In the end, Chen overpowers Fujita and kills him with his own katana. Moments later, Japanese soldiers surround them and prepare to open fire, until the local police arrive with Uncle No, weapons drawn and aimed at the soldiers. Tension fills the air until the Japanese ambassador, a pacifist opposed to Japan's growing militarism, firmly orders his soldiers to stand down, ending the standoff. He tells Chen he agrees with his actions and admits he always knew Fujita was dangerous. However, he warns that Japan may use Fujita's death as an excuse to start a war with China unless someone is held accountable. To prevent this, Chen offers to take full responsibility, willing to sacrifice himself for peace. Moved by Chen's courage, the ambassador comes up with a plan. Instead of executing Chen, they stage a fake execution using the body of the Jam. War is avoided, and the Jingwu school is saved, and it later grows and spreads across China. Meanwhile, the Cartman from earlier tells stories of Chen's bravery, turning him into a legend. Chen quietly leaves Shanghai and travels to Manchuria, hoping to reunite with Mitsuko, and the movie ends. Okay guys, that's all the recap about the Fist of Legend from 1994. Thanks for watching, see you again in the next video.